I know you know where they are, so tell me, before I do some damage you won't walk away from.
Do it right. Sometimes you do it wrong and you prove them right. But through whose eyes you was wrong when you lose a life? Sometimes you lose it all. It's like you threw the dice and realize that you was off. Listen, do it right. Sometimes you do it wrong and you prove them right. But through whose eyes you was wrong when you lose a life? Sometimes you lose it all. It's like you threw the dice and realize that you was off. Longevity in life, people. That's the goal, stay the course. You are now tuned in to the Evolved Energy Podcast. This is where we push positivity through strength and evolution. I am your host, Twyce. Hope everyone's doing well today and keeping it positive. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about one of the most overlooked body parts, and that's called your core. Let me say this right from the beginning. Your core is not just your abs. It's not just about getting a six-pack. It's not about doing 100 sit-ups every day. Your core is the center of everything you do. So whether you're lifting weights, walking, picking up your children, working construction, playing sports, or simply just getting older with strength and confidence, your core, it's all the way involved. So today we're going to talk about why building a strong core is one of the smartest investments you can make in your health. Let's get into it. Let's think of your body like a tree. Your arms are the branches, your legs are the roots reaching into the ground, but your trunk, that's your core. If the trunk is weak, the entire tree becomes unstable. The same thing happens with your body. Every push, every pull, every squat, every deadlift, every carry starts with your core. It's the bridge that connects your upper body to your lower body. See, your core includes much more than your abdominal muscles. It also involves the obliques, lower back, pelvic floor, diaphragm, and deep muscles like the transverse abdominis that help stabilize your spine. Now, strength travels through your core before it even reaches your arms and legs. So, for example, when they tell you to squat, you're supposed to tighten your core first, then proceed down. When they tell you to bench press, tighten up that core, then press. Everything starts with the nucleus. That's where all your power is generated from. And here's one of the biggest misconceptions of the core. People think doing 100 sit-ups equals a strong core. It doesn't. Sit-ups mainly train one movement, but life isn't one movement. Your core has to resist twisting, resist bending, resist collapsing, stabilize your spine, transfer power. That's why we need variety. Talk about exercises like planks, side planks, dead bugs, hanging knee raises, farmer carries, ab wheel rollouts, bird dogs. If you don't know what those are, please look those up. Those are mostly the core exercises that's going to hit it from all angles. A complete core is built by challenging it from different angles. You have, like I said, it's trying to resist you from going one way. You have to make that core strong. So when you are bending over, it's easy to get back up. It's easy to bend down. The power is generated right from the core. Never forget that. A six-pack may look strong. A functional core performs strong. So just because you see a person with a 6 to 8 pack, that doesn't mean that their core is strong. See, a strong core makes everything stronger. See, and here's what people don't realize. Improving your core often improves your entire body. You squat better, you press better, you row better, you pull up better, you carry groceries easier, you work more efficiently. And why? Because you're creating a strong link between your upper and lower body. When that link is solid, more focus gets transferred easily at that. And research in strength and conditioning consistently shows that core stability improves force transfer, balance, and movement efficiency during athletic and everyday activities. So that means when your core is strong, you move through life strong. Makes tasks a lot easier. So please don't underestimate the core. Got to work on that from all angles. You want to know one thing that your core protects that's essential to a good quality of life is your back. Let's talk about back pain. One reason many people struggle with back discomfort, it's because the muscles surrounding the spine aren't doing their job. They're not building them up. So your core acts like a natural weight belt. When it's strong, it helps you stabilize your spine. It helps you lift safely. It helps you move with confidence, especially as we get older. That's huge. When you see, and I mention this a lot on my podcast, but when you see the older person hunched over walking, can't really grab the groceries, it's a struggle to get from point A to point B, their core is completely shot, no strength at all. The reason being, well, you can see when a person has a weak core because they're not standing upright. They're not walking strong. You can tell when you see those athletes on TV, they have no problem walking. They're walking off that field or walking on that court strong. And you can tell when you see a normal person walking outside, you can tell if they exercise or not because they're standing upright, shoulders back, chest up, and their legs are just, they're operating at a comfortable pace. They're not struggling to move. So a strong core is one of the best forms of protection you can build. And like I say, this is key for longevity. One of the most important things to build up for longevity, to carry you into longevity, being stronger and confident, that's the core. Please do not underestimate this core. This is why I'm doing this episode, because I see a lot of people do 3 sets of abs and get out of there. We have to do better. Pay attention more to our core. And as we age, balance becomes more important than ever. Falls become more dangerous. Recovering from injuries take a lot longer because we're older. And a strong core helps you keep steady, helps you keep that balance. Whether you're walking on uneven ground, climbing stairs, or simply getting out of a chair, your core is working silently. You don't even notice it. That's why I always say, we're not training just for today. We're training for the next 30 years. Me, 50. I want to be here to 100 plus, but not just making it. I want to be functioning regularly at 100 years old. Not to say I'm going to be doing burpees, but I want to be able to get through life easy with no struggle. Even the studies say that a better core strength and balance, that reduces the fall risk, and it improves the functional movement, especially as we get older. I want to use a construction analogy since I'm in the construction. Let me put it this way. You can build the biggest, strongest house in the neighborhood, but if the foundation is weak, the entire structure is at risk. Your body works exactly the same way. Big arms, big chest, strong legs mean very little if the foundation isn't solid. Build the foundation first. Then everything above it becomes stronger. A strong body is built on a stronger foundation. And I don't know about you. I'd rather be strong internally than look strong externally. Let me repeat that. I want my core stronger than I want to look. I don't need big arms, big chest, big back. That's fine to have. But if my core isn't strong, if I can't do a significant amount of heavy squats, I don't want it. I'd rather start there. And I said this before, I didn't train legs when I started exercising years and years back. But I did realize after I became experienced that I was missing the most essential part of exercise, and that's training legs, which includes the core substantially. Like there's a lot of core involved when you're training your legs, and I was skipping the main part. Now I'm obsessed with legs. I'm obsessed with having a strong core because I know that's going to carry me through life longer. I'm going to be stronger longer. And that's the key. See, the calm, disciplined warrior doesn't train for appearance alone. He trains for capability. He trains to protect his body. He trains to move well, stay independent, stay powerful, stay healthy. Because real strength, it's not measured by what you can lift today. It's measured by what your body still allows you to do 20 years from now. Train the muscles people see, but never neglect the foundation they don't. See, I rather train smart, and for a long time, for 60, 70 years, rather than go extreme intense for a shorter period of time, because then my joints, ligaments, tendons, everything's going to be worn out. So that goal of having longevity in life is shot. Now I'm going to be limping into my 70s, hunched over in my 70s. Not a comfortable transition from being able to do everything in the gym to now you're limited in life. You don't want that. So please, people, train smarter and definitely focus on that core. You don't want to burn yourself out or break your body down before you're at that older age where you need that stability. All right? So I have a weekly challenge for you. Add 2 or 3 dedicated core exercises to your workouts this week. Not just crunches and sit-ups. Build a stronger foundation. Think long term. Because every strong movement begins at the center. You know how important the core of the earth is. Well, picture your core that important to your body, because it is. And remember, your core isn't just about looking good at the beach. It's about protecting your back, improving your balance, increasing your strength, and becoming more athletic, and giving yourself the best chance to stay active for the rest of your life. Never underestimate the power of a strong foundation. Build your core up, people, and you'll build a stronger version of yourself, and you'll feel glad that you did it. So with that being said, fuel your body, focus your mind, and evolve your life. And remember, nothing changes if nothing changes. This is the Evolved Energy Podcast. Peace and power.